Good evening, and as the calendar goes from August to September at midnight tonight, that can only mean one thing: the return of high school football. Good evening, I'm Frank Gallo, alongside Roy Saw. We have two teams that ended last season on the opposite ends of the spectrum. Lancaster went on to the state finals where they just fell short of capturing New York State's championship with the loss to Troy. On the other hand, Lockport went winless throughout the year, and they look to start to revise and build a new tradition under their new head coach. Roy, if you can introduce us to the Lockport coaching staff.
For the Lockport coaching staff, their head coach today will be Trey Smith, and their varsity assistant coach is Danielle Barron-Cotta and Greg Wilson.
So that's the Lockport head coach, and they're looking to turn around things. They have a lot of road games this year, 6 games on the road in a row to start the year as they get the field ready, the new turf going in at their home stadium. It promises to be really nice when it's completed, but they won't be able to play on that until October. In front of them, though, is the Lancaster team, as I mentioned, that went to the state finals. This year, they lost a lot of players, but the Lancaster program is so strong, and let's take a look at their leadership.
This year's Lancaster's head coach will be Eric Rush. The A&D varsity assistant coach is Brian Wild, alongside David Mansell, Joe Foyle.
And there's one more on there, varsity head coach Sean Brusso, who got voted the best nickname in Section 6 by WGRZ. They call him BB2, Bill Belichick 2. So you know he's got a lot of attention to detail. So it's definitely a big hurdle for Lockport to overcome tonight in front of what looks like a packed house here. A lot of people showed up to support their Legends tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely surprising how many people were definitely able to come out to support their hometown teams. There's a lot of excitement in stands today.
So we get to take a look at the new look Lockport squad, and it's Nick Cascia who will be under center for the Lions. We got to see him in the second half of last season. Lockport last year, a lot of injuries, unfortunately, that set their season back. This year, staying healthy will be key, but it's really on seeing what the performance of Cascia looks like.
Lockport has won the toss and elected to receive.
I mean, the quarterback, right? That's where it all starts.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely need some solid leadership from a quarterback, so we definitely have to keep an eye on that and see how that develops for the remainder of the season.
So for Lancaster, though, we're unsure of who's going to start. They went into their senior quarterback graduating on. They had 2 people vying for that starting role. That was, Gianluca Fulciniti and Jason Mansell. Both went into spring practices and this summer looking to get that starting role. We haven't heard from Coach Eric Rupp who's going to get the start, and we'll have to wait a possession because Lockport is going to receive the opening kickoff and start off on offense. It'd be a real boost to this Lockport squad to do something on their first possession, get on the board early. So as the teams take the field, you see Lockport wearing their white jerseys with blue trim and blue pants, gold helmets with the blue line. Lancaster, all black pants with the white stripe and trim, black jerseys with the white shoulder pads and numerals in the front, red numerals on the sides, and the red helmets. Lancaster will be kicking from left to right on what is a perfect evening to start off high school football. Big night in Section 6, lots of games going on, but it's prime time here. Lockport versus Lancaster to get things going in the 2018 edition of Section 6 football, and we're underway. They're going to take it. Coming up field is Jalen Jones. He's going to look right, makes a cut. He's going to try to get to the sideline, does so. Jalen Jones with some speed, and he's out to the 40, and that's a big play for Lockport.
Brought down by Alex Hana. Penalty flag on the play.
So Jones gets Lockport into good starting field position. Let's see where they mark him out. Oh, there's a flag on the play, unfortunately, for the Lions. Holding's going to be the call. And we'll see how much in field position that actually costs them. So as the referees discuss things over, holding is a spot foul, so it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, not even the end of the run. So it looked like Lockport was going to start on their 40. They called the hold at the 25. It's going to put them back at the 15. And Roy, 25 yards is a big chunk to make up.
Definitely is coming right off the gate. I mean, it would have been real nice for them to get that initial drive, but
from their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, so it goes down as a 10-yard penalty, but overall the net is 25. Let's see what Cassia can do early on. They come out in shotgun. Wide receiver trips to the left. And we got a pre-snap penalty. It looks like someone moved on the Lockport side, and that's exactly what it is. False starts, and it's a rocky start now after some promise for Lockport. So now they're down at their 10, and this Lancaster defense is so good, you don't want to be behind the stick. Tough enough to get 10 yards, now you're looking at 15. So Cassia with Jones in the backfield, again, trip wide receivers, and they're going to come out throwing. He's going deep on the first throw. He's got him in, and it's caught. He's running downfield. There goes Malik Brooks. Brooks is all by himself, and he will trot into the end zone for the Lions. No flag on this play, and the Lions have struck gold just 21 seconds into this game. How do you like that play call?
It's definitely a huge start for the Lions today. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a upset for the other team.
So Malik Brooks gets the touchdown pass from his own 10. Cassia 1 for 1 for 90 yards and a touchdown, and throw it as a reception for Malik Brooks. You probably know Brooks a lot from his basketball play. He's a star player on the Lockport Lions basketball squad, but he just made a reception on a bomb. Cassia put it in between the corner and the safety perfectly. And now Hack is out to attempt the extra point and make it a 7-point lead, as the Lions have stunned this Legends squad and crowd early on. Snap is up, kick is up, and that one is through the uprights with a lot of authority. It actually ended up on the roof behind there. So Hack taking no chances with the extra point, and Lockport, they're averaging 7 points a play. So let's see what happens if the Lions can sustain it, but impressive opening start. What do you think of the aggressiveness there, Roy, by Coach Trey Smith letting his quarterback air it out?
Well, I mean, so early in the season, it's definitely nice to see what the potential for these young players and athletes are. So, I mean, it's definitely a bold start and advantageous for them.
Yep, so 7-0. We thought there was a great start for Lockport with the return to the 40, and that got negated by the penalty. And then a false start put them even deeper in the hole, but right away with one flick of the arm, the right arm of your quarterback wearing number 11, Nick Cassia, has the Lions up in front 7-0. And it was a good blocking up front. In order to hit Brooks that far downfield, you got to be able to protect the quarterback.
Yes, and that was definitely impressive considering they were already 1st and 15.
Yes. So the line in front doing this job, keeping the pocket clean for Cassia. I'm not sure what the holdup is on the kickoff. We have the officials discussing things over with the Lancaster sideline. They're over there with head coach Eric Rupp talking something over. Nice article in the Buffalo News about 2 referees that'll be starting their 50th year of officiating. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, I urge you to do so. None of those in today's lineup tonight with these 2 squads, and we're still waiting. We're going to get a change. Okay, so what happened is our lead official was injured on one of the plays. He's favoring his left leg. So they had to reassign the line judge who will take over the head officiating position. And our official will either be a line judge or try to walk it off. So
Back team to receive.
no one's safe out on the gridiron. So now Hack is ready to kick things off from his 40-yard line. See if they're able to put Lancaster deep in their own end.
Kick off for Lockport.
I did not see what happened to the referee on that extra point, but we're down one official. As this crowd here in Lancaster, a good contingent from Lockport across the way, nearly filling the bleachers from the away side. Hank gets some good hang time. It's taken up the middle and greeted there by a pack of Lions. There was your returner, number 3, Sean Davis.
Legends take over.
And Davis sets up his team right around the 32. And here we go. It's Jason Manziel to open things up at quarterback for Lancaster. Wearing number 15. He's getting the call from the sidelines. And you see Lancaster already in formation. Now they'll decide what the play is as Manziel communicates out to wide receivers. 2 wide receivers on each side. No tight end, running back in the backfield, ready to roll. Manziel scanning. He's going to hand this one off. Big hole up the middle. Lockport trying to close him. Nice spin move. Still loose and finally brought down on a hard tackle there by Jeremiah Chambers. But some strong running there by Brandon Wingard. And Wingard's going to be a tough pass to tackle all night long for this Lion squad. So Wingard picks up 9 on first down. He's going to get the ball again, his second carry, and he gets 2, which is enough to send the chains moving for the Lancaster squad. So Wingard, a couple of carries, up to 11 yards. 1 minute in. We're only a minute in, and it's already 7-0 in favor of the Lions. Looking to play some defense now against the spread formation. You got 2 wide receivers on each side. You see they're stacked with one behind each other. Manziel trying to draw the Lions off sides, fails to do so. Resets the play. Wingard will change sides of Manziel. Manziel fakes a handoff, keeps it himself. He got the defensive end to get in, draws another player inside, gets around another tackle, spins away, and that was a mistake. He's finally brought down by Joshua Cooper, who regrouped and kept it to a 3-yard gain.
Joshua Cooper on the tackle for Lockport.
So with that option, it's so important to make sure someone has the running back and the quarterback to keep them from running free. No huddle for the Legends. This time they'll go 3 on the near side of the field, but it's the it has the most room as the ball is on the left hash. It's going to be a throw. Manziel's first. It's a rolling pocket. Going for the sidelines. He had a completion there. And it's Davis who brings that one in. A gain of 12 for the Legends and a first down. So these quarterbacks both starting off hot, 1 for 1.
40-yard line.
So now on the near hash, left to right for Lancaster. Manziel looking around. Nice looking jerseys for open night for Lancaster. Looking good under the lights. And there's a handoff up the middle, and it's another 6 yards put up there by Wingard. Wingard's 3rd carry now. Up to 17 for Wingard on 3 attempts. Manziel 1 for 1 for 12 yards and a run for 3. As Lancaster methodically trying to move down the field. Lockport playing some bend but don't break. Now Manziel looking for a new call as he signals over, gets it from the sidelines. Lockport ready to go. Manziel's going to throw. Quick drop. Takes a step. There's a completion. Nice hit right away by Jalen Jones, who's on the coverage, but it's good enough for a first down as they picked up 6 on that one. So that was Nick Mira, his first catch of the game, wearing number 21 for Lancaster. And Manziel's 2 of 2 for 17. Now, Lancaster doesn't go no huddle, but they take time in between plays. Allows Lockport to catch their breath a little bit. Lancaster just wants to beat you with brute strength and execution. Manziel is alone, 5 wideouts. He's going to throw it up. Gets the grip he wants. Rushes on. He's going to have to run with it. Manziel has some room. Now he throws. He might have been past the line. That's incomplete. Is there a flag? There it is. It's a late flag. I thought Mandel had gone past the line of scrimmage, and that's going to help out Lockport a lot. Good pressure that time by Von Toland to force Manziel to run, and then it was a head-up play by Jeremiah Chambers to close in that forced Manziel to throw it downfield. Now, Roy, would you make it 1st and 15 or 2nd and 10?
Quarterback was over the line of scrimmage.
At this point, I would go 2nd and 10 just because of how close they are toward the end zone versus the 1st and 15 and pulling back.
Let's see what they decide to do here, Trey Smith, because they haven't had much success in stopping them thus far. Oh, it's a loss of down, so they won't even have to make that decision. It'll be 2nd and 15, and it's already 2nd down. So the best of both worlds. Here we go. Now, switching things up at quarterback. Folsaniti is now in quarterback, wearing number 14. As they rotate now, do the Legends. High snap, he gets it down, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He got the defensive end to bait, and he's going to get a 1st down on his own. 17 yards that time for Folsaniti. And the quarterback gets his team a 1st down as he comes in for Manziel. That time it was Toland, who had good pressure on the previous play, that thought the handoff had occurred, and that allowed Folsaniti to escape the pocket and pick up 1st down yardage. Impressive drive thus far. Clock not running as they reset the sticks. 8:24 left to go in this 1st quarter. Lockport scored in a flash. Lancaster's grinding this one out. They fake handoff, and Falsini's going to keep it again. He's got Green to work with. Falsini swinging wide, and a sure tackle there to save a touchdown by Jalen Jones. But Falsini does the damage, picking up 12 yards and a 1st down. It will be 1st and goal from the 5. So Falsini comes in, provides a change of pace. He kept it both times as he had faked the handoff to his running back, Wingard. Now he's getting the plays, lots of time to work with on the clock. And now we're going to get a timeout called. Lockport wants to talk things over on this defense. So we get a break there. So pros and cons of this drive. Lancaster hasn't scored, but they've been able to move the ball. Lockport's defense, though, trying to hold strong. That was a big tackle to keep hopes alive of stopping them here.
Yeah, they've definitely done a good job maintaining possession of the ball and driving the ball downfield. It's a nice response to the quick touchdown from the other team. It's given them a little bit more control over the flow of the game at this point.
So you get a look at the Lockport sidelines over there in your screen was number 50, Marcus Shavers. He's a senior graduating this year that plays outside linebacker for this Lions squad. Get a nice view of the field. Our cameras here bringing all the shots here on LCTV. As the defense looks to hang on here and maybe stop the points from going on the board, but Lancaster has looked very impressive on this opening drive. Falsaniti is still in at quarterback. He has a new running back beside him. It's Tim Gardner, who lined up to his left. You got a fullback in there, and Matt Marshner. They're going to hand it off. There's a cut. We got a flag. It's in for the touchdown, but there is a flag on the play. Gardner, a big back, had lots of room to work with, but it was due to a hold, and Lockport has new life on this defensive stand. It's 1st and goal from the 15. Those penalties are such killers sometimes. And that takes 6 points off the board. Waiting for the official call. So we'll see if it occurred at the line of scrimmage. It did, so that's why they'll mark it at the 15. Let's see if Lockport can come up with the stop here. They're playing very aggressive. Look at all the room they have up top. At the top of your screen there, it's one-on-one coverage. It's Joshua Cooper manned up against Sean Davis. Let's see if they try to go that way. Cooper looks ready for the task. On the near side, there's 2 wide receivers. The tight end wearing 44, Martian is there as well. Cooper taking away the inside of the field. He's going to want him to go outside. It's a handoff, though. A nice, tough run up the middle. Again, that time it was Gardner who got the penalty yardage back, just 1. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 6.
9-yard gain.
Gardner, a definite change of pace from Wingard. Wingard's so quick, and Gardner's got that strength, and now they bring Wingard back. And with Wingard comes Manziel. So maybe they go the air here, or maybe it's a play. Let's see what happens. But they take out the quarterback and bring out the other 2. So might be a combo. You might see Gardner and Falsolini together.
Could be another run play.
Yeah, keeping Lockport on the toes. There's Manziel to fire into the end zone, and he's got his mark. Nick Mira on the nice skinny post there is the recipient of the 6-yard touchdown. And it's 7-6 now as Lancaster comes out with a beautiful drive to answer the bomb by Lockport. Now, this is where it gets really fun. Let's take a look at what Lancaster decides to do here. They might try to kick it. They might try to go for 2. They have 3 linemen, 4 players to the top of your screen, 1 down in the corner. Falsolini's out there, so they're going to go for 2. They're not going to kick. See what they decide. Falsolini, quarterback draw, now decides to throw, and it's well defended. Great awareness that time by Jeremiah Chambers. The linebacker was able to drop into coverage, saw what was happening, and knock it away. But as a player, you were just out on that field for easily 6-7 minutes of grinding. That will take a lot out of your defense for Lockport. See, think they'll come back later in the game?
Potentially. I mean, they definitely did a good job eating up the time. So we'll have to see how the other team responds, considering they definitely weren't on the field as long with the ball.
So Lockport with that quick strike capability. Let's see what they have for the second drive. Lancaster looking to kick off. Number 25, Clark Whiteside, their kicker. He's a junior. And that Lockport offense had a lot of time to think about what to do on this next possession. Meanwhile, that defense has to get some rest, as that was a long, sustained drive by the Legends. It was number 21, Nick Mira, the senior, the recipient of that touchdown. And it's interesting what Lancaster is doing with their quarterback situation. We'll see if that continues on throughout the night. I would imagine it would. So Lockport had a nice return last time with Jones. It was called back by a penalty. Let's see if they keep it away from him. It's a pooch kick. That's a live ball. And now we have it blown dead. There's a flag. Offsides against Lancaster. And that's probably disappointing for Lockport because they were about to have possession at the 35. But another penalty. Let's see if Lockport takes advantage. If you are Coach Rupp, are you kicking deep to Lockport's dangerous players, or are you going to keep it short again?
I think they would go for the deeper kick on this second turnaround, considering they have to make back up that yardage.
We got Joshua Cooper at the top of your the screen. As you get a nice look at this kickoff formation. Here they come up in the running boot. It's a squib up the middle again. It's bouncing around, now fielded by Lockport, cutting up field, and they'll get it to the 39. Good field position for Lockport, and some sure hands there from Joshua Dole Morales, who's playing up, and usually a blocker was able to make a nice run there and set up his offense.
Even though it was a longer kick, it ended pretty much about the same positioning as the first, somewhere around the 30-yard line.
So 1 for 1 for 90 yards is Nick Kasha. It's going to be, can't duplicate it, but let's see if they can put some points up on this drive, and they're coming out gunning. 5 wide receiver set, 2 on the near side of the field, 3 on the far wide side. Kasha all by himself as he stares into this Legends defense. Jones is coming. Let's see if they hand it off. They do on the jet sweep. He breaks a tackle, dekes another one, cuts up field. Jones still on his feet, and finally he's brought down as it took a group of Legends to bring him down. It looked like it was going to be a loss, and he saved some yards that time.
Yeah, I believe he made it to about the 43, definitely a gain of yards.
So what looked like a loss of 2 will be a gain of 4 as Jones took the jet sweep, did well to elude some tackles. Kesha directing traffic out of the huddle. He's got a couple players in the backfield with him this time. Oh, and the false start. Everyone was off on that cadence. The quarterback moved, Cooper moved, the running back did not. And the gain on first down is about to be negated with a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. 2nd and 11.
So Lockport will regroup, huddle up. It looks like they might have been taking a chance at a deep play that time. Let's see what they come back with. Jones in the backfield. Tight end slash fullback. Colin Snyder's there. Cashia's going to throw, looking. It's going to swing it out to Jones. Jones in space. And a nice tackle made that time by Mitch Gilma. Gilma makes it go for just a short game, a couple yards. And that was, Jones in space can be dangerous. That was a really nice tackle.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Definitely was. Not only was that a loss of yards, he also lost his shoe getting tackled.
So that takes Jones off the field for this important 3rd down. Brooks is out there who has the touchdown catch. Goes wide on the far side of the field with ball on this left hash mark. Cascia looking to pick up first down yardage. See where they go with it. He's going to throw. Blitz is on. Quick throw, and it's over the head of Cunningham. And they were ready for that one. Lancaster had good coverage on the play.
4th and 12.
So Lockport stopped on a 3-and-out that time. They'll be forced to punt. Interesting fact about their kicker, Anthony Hay, 2 varsity sport player in the fall. He's one of the captains, I believe, on the soccer squad and the kicker here for the Lions football team. And you drilled the extra point, and now he's got punting duty. See if Lancaster decides to put any pressure on here. The little token pressure as Hay kicks it to the sidelines, and it goes out of bounds. Not much net yardage on this one. Let's see where they decide to mark it out as the line judge comes upfield. He's going to put it at the 43 of Lancaster.
Legends will take over.
So
1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line.
About 24-yard punt. 5:15, and this is where it gets difficult. There was a long drive by Lancaster, a 3-and-out by Lockport. Now Lancaster's offense is back on the field. That Lockport defense probably feeling a little tired. They see
This is the longest they've been on the field for the game, so yeah, it's definitely.
Jacob Ball comes out, a junior, to play some corner, give some players a rest. Manziel's going to hand it off. There's a fumble on the play. It's still loose.
And looks like Lancaster recovers.
Yes, Wingard able to gobble that one up. So the only damage done is a loss of 2, but oh, what an opportunity for the Lions.
Loss of 2. 2nd and 12.
Manziel may have tried pulling that out for the option a little too late and caused the mishandle, but disaster averted for the Legends as they'll face 2nd and 12. Manziel back to throw. Looking. He's going deep. He's got a man, and he just missed him. A little overthrown. In coverage that time was Doel Morales, and he kept close enough coverage to make sure that they couldn't connect him. Martin, number 85, the tight end.
Doel Morales on the coverage for Lockport. 3rd and 12.
Both teams not afraid to take some chances here early on. This is a huge chance for Lockport to get the ball back. 3rd and 12. We've got to come up with a stop here. So here we go. It's Manziel at quarterback. We got 4 wide receivers, and that's a false start, I think, as the play is blown dead. Let's see what the call is. Oh, and that's going to be a tough one for Lockport. Offsides on the Lions. And instead of 3rd and 12, it'll be 3rd and we'll call it 7.5 or so. No, just about 7. So, another referee development, in case you're wondering. And you see on the left side of your screen behind Manziel is the backup referees here. So we have our full allotment of officials again. Everyone will take their assignments back. Let's see what happens. And we're ready to go. So instead of 3rd and 12, it's 3rd and 7 after the penalty. They're trying to get the Lions to jump, but they're disciplined enough to stay. 4:38 left to go in this first quarter. Lions holding on to a 7-6 lead and trying to get the ball back here on downs as they're defending 3rd and 7. Manziel's rolling to the near side. They're trying to keep him in the pocket. There's the throw. Getting the feet down is Mira, who has the touchdown catch, and he's got a first down for his Legends squad. So again, they've moved Manziel out of the pocket, and he seems to do really well when moving to his right. That throw had some zip on it. So first down when the Legends needed it, and the drive is still alive. Wingard is the running back. Let's see if he gets a touch here. They fake it to him, throw it out. Mira's got it. Mira got some room to work with, and he's pulled down, but again, not before he gets a first down. It's down to the 32-yard line, and it's moving the chains again for these Legends.
That's another Legends first down.
That ball fake is so impressive by Manziel. That I thought for sure that was going to be a handoff.
Yeah, it was a nice completion by Mira once again for his consecutive catch.
Yeah, he definitely seems sure-handed, does Mira. He's got that touchdown and a couple of first down grabs. Manziel's going to air it out again. He's got Mira in the middle of the field, and it's a little high.
Manziel's pass
just above his fingers.
Yeah, Jonathan Peretti was dropping back in coverage. Didn't drop back far enough, but he disrupted the path of the ball just enough to cause an incompletion, and now we have the changing quarterbacks again. Let's see how this changes things up. Keeps everyone off guard. Gianluca Felsiniti, and we saw last time he was in, he'll run the ball a lot, not afraid to run it. Let's see what the call is here at 2nd and 10. There's a flag, goes up high. Felsiniti keeps it himself. Modest gain of about 4, but we'll see what the call is. It might be on the defense.
Joel Morales on the tackle for Lockport.
As we await the call from the official. It's an illegal formation call against Lancaster, and that's going to push them back. It would have been 3rd and 6 with the yardage gain. Lockport's going to push them back, so it'll be 2nd and 15.
5-yard penalty. 2nd and 15.
Right now, the ball mark is wrong. They weren't marking off the correct yardage. Now they got it right. So let's see what the Legends come up with here and dial up on offense as the Lions looking to try to keep this down and distance in their favor. Falsinidi's going to throw. Lions bring pressure. It's a screen pass, but on the ground is Wingard, and that's going to be a no-gainer.
Pass complete to
the timing on the screen call was perfect because the Lions called the blitz, but they couldn't connect.
Loss of 2.
See Wingard there.
And 17.
They had to drop to the knee, and that automatically ends the play. They're going to bring Manziel in for this 3rd and long chance. Now, do you try to get half here, or are you going for the whole 15? What are you doing if you're the coach?
Well, with the way they've been playing so far and their aggressive tactics, I think they would probably go for the half and then another quick play to eat up.
They're going deep. Martin's got it.
Completion.
And he's down at the 1. So they go over top. Just behind the tight end Martin was Joel Morales, who saves a touchdown at the 1-yard line with a tackle, but Manziel finds his mark, and Martin, such a tall target, is able to reel that in, and now they'll bring Falsiniti back in the game, and he's tough to bring down in short yardage opportunities. They also bring in the big running back, Tim Gardner. We saw him trot into the end zone last time. It was negated by a holding call. They're going to sneak it to him. Falsiniti puts his head down. Did he get in? Yes, the signal is touchdown. 2 impressive drives by the Lancaster Legends, and they've now taken the lead with 3:02 left to go in the first at 12-7.
Well, do you think at this point they're going to repeat their attempts from the previous to try to make back up that point?
Absolutely. They'll line up for 2 again to try to make it a 7-point game. Falsiniti will have the honors as quarterback, and now they'll set into a more traditional formation. Now they're lining up for the extra point. See, keeping you on your toes. I'm surprised they're not going for 2 here. Snap is low. Falsiniti's going to have to pick it up. It's the old fire play, but he got someone in the end zone. And disaster turns into positivity for Lancaster as they get the 2 points and a 7-point lead off that drop snap. That's why you do all that practice in the summer. The fire drill where there's the drop snap. Falsiniti, who is a quarterback, as we just saw, and that one was picture perfect, and Martin does it all. He has the big pass down to the 1 and then catches the 2-point conversion. So 14-7 as you get a look at the Lancaster squad. Lancaster winning Section 6 Class AA last year, making it all the way to the state finals. And they've picked up where they let off on offense at least. They're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. And if you're Lockport, what are you trying to do to slow this team down?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely what they need to work toward at this point. They've been putting a lot of pressure with their offense, but I believe that their defense definitely needs to step it up in the upcoming plays.
So speaking of plays, Lockport has only run 4 offensive plays in this game. One was a 90-yard touchdown, and then they had the 3-and-out in the last possession. One thing they need here is a sustained drive to give the defense some rest. We'll see what the kick looks like from Lancaster. If they go short, they do. They keep it on the ground. It's a roller. It's still a live ball. Now it's picked up, and diving forward there is Jeremiah Chambers to set up his team at the 32. So I get the logic here of keeping those kicks low. You know you have a team that's going to struggle on offense. Don't give them the big play on the return. Make them earn it. So that's exactly what Cash is going to look to do on this next one. On this next drive, they'll look to get some first downs here with just under 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
Lockport has it. First and 10 from the 32.
Jones in behind Casha. They're going to pitch it out for Jones. Oh, he bobbled it. Now he's going to swing wide. He's got a step, puts the shoulder down, and that's a good pickup on first down. Whenever you're looking to get a drive going, first down is a key down to getting that short distance in second and third.
Yes, and they definitely needed to gain some yards right here.
And Jones, something that they don't want to see, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, how injuries have bitten this Lions squad the last couple of years, and the last thing they want to do is see Jalen Jones, their senior running back, hobbled, but he stays out there as he picked up 8 on first down. Shotgun again, 3-man front for Lancaster. They give it to Jones, puts his head down, but he's only going to manage about a half yard, and it's going to be 3rd and short for this Lions squad. And Jones, they're going to take him off and bring in Hussein Humphrey, the junior. Much different stature. Jones, a very tall runner, where Humphrey's low to the ground but quick. This is a big 3rd down. Lions looking to get some sustained offense. They need short yardage. They hand it off to their fullback, and that gap closed in a hurry, and it's going to be a loss. They tried handing it off there to number 44, Colin Snyder, and Lancaster is ready for it. Take a look at that Lancaster line, Roy. They got some size and strength up there. It's a difficult task.
Yeah, they definitely did a good job surrounding Colin.
So here we go, 4th down and 2. Lockport trying to get a first down here. They don't have one all game. They do have that bomb for touchdown. 1 minute left to go in the first. Cassia, he's going to take it. They're going to throw for it. He's looking. He's going to run. He's got the first down and goes down, and he's got a fresh 4, and we got a flag. What is it going to be? Is it going to be roughing after the slide? Or Cassia, I mean, kind of spun the ball a little, but it didn't look like anything excessive. The referee in the back end in the secondary is the one who threw the flag. They're going to pick it up and say no hit. Cassia did slide, but the hit he took was as he was sliding, so they're not going to call unnecessary roughness. But good poise there by the Lockport quarterback to get the first down. Now they'll switch up the play, give Lancaster a little bit of their own medicine. Now they start the clock. Lockport would be wise to use a little bit of clock here. Cassia has got pressure. He's going deep again for Brooks. He goes up and gets it. Malik Brooks. He goes over the defender and reels it in. 2 big catches for Malik.
That'll be a Lockport first down.
That was a nice catch.
Let's take a look on the replay here. Brooks was behind the ball, and look at that play. 30
got
seconds.
just the right amount of air right behind him, and the ball came right into his hands.
Absolutely timed that perfectly. First down and 10 from the 25. They'll hand it off. Up the middle, the ball's loose. The ball's still loose, and Lancaster is able to recover. Tough break. They had just brought in Humphrey into the game as Jones is trying to work off that ankle injury, and it results in a turnover, and the offense is stopped there at the 24-yard line of the Legends is where the turnover occurs.
If you're that Lockport offense, I'm pretty sure you are very disappointed right now.
Yep, let's see if this team can bounce back. They were getting the drive they were looking for, a couple of first downs, a big play, but then a turnover brings a sudden halt to that, and they'll have to deal with Manziel at quarterback again.
Hopefully their defense had enough of a rest to be able to stop this.
They're going for it all. It's up there, and incomplete. That was in between a couple of targets.
2nd and 10.
So Lancaster, they get the turnover, and they're looking to capitalize right away. You gotta like the killer instinct.
That's right. They've definitely played a very aggressive game so far, and they've been keeping up that pace. If they can maintain, I would say keep going with it. It's doing good for them right now.
Again, a beautiful night here in Lancaster to kick off our football fall season. We'll have lots of broadcasts for you here on LCTV. We'll talk about it in the break. There's a handoff up the middle, and Wingard gets some tough yardage. Nice tackle, though, to bring him down on the interior line. That was number 99, Xavier Carroll, in for the Lions. Junior makes a stop, and that's the end of the first quarter. So, that felt like a whole game all in one quarter. We had a bomb, a 90-yard touchdown, and then two very sustained drives by Lancaster. But Lockport, under first-year head coach, Trade Smith, had got to be impressed with what they've come out and shown in the first opening 12 minutes.
It definitely was a very impressive first.
So we got 14-7 at the end of the quarter here. They'll put up 12 again as the teams switch sides. But Trey Smith, Daniel Barancota, and Greg Wilson, the coaching staff for this Lions squad, as they continue to try to, as we're able to get two really good spots here. Last year, Lancaster went up to Lockport, won decisively. Lockport looking to return the favor. So the ball will be spotted on the 30-yard line. So
Amherst 13.
So here we go. It's going to be third down now. Lockport's had a couple of chances to stop Lancaster on third down, and both times they have. So we'll see how we're able to do it. Manziel looking to convert another first down. Lockport's only got 10 players. They hike it quickly. There's a quick out. It's just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Davis. And that's a big third down stop. And let's see what the Legends decide to do. Oh, they're going to go for it. No punting from this Lancaster squad, and a chance for Lockport to flip the field and return the favor. They had a turnover at the 25-yard line. Now a chance to get it back on a fourth down play. They switch quarterbacks. 4th and 4. Lockport looking for the hold. They're trying to get them to jump off sides. They can't do so. Falsaniti now resets. He's a multi-skilled player. Now he looks like he might quick kick it. And that's exactly what he does. Nice punt. Good air. Malik Brooks is back after it. He's going to let it bounce. And he'll roll dead there at the 30. So nice punt. Covers about 40 yards. And we're
40-yard punt.
And probably the right decision there by Lancaster. Don't give Lockport any big plays. Have them try to make it down the rest of the field again.
Yeah, you want to make them work for it at this point.
So a big hold by the Lockport defense there to force a punt after the turnover and get the ball back in their quarterback's hand. We've seen Kasha and Brooks hook up twice tonight. Let's see what they're able to do.
104-66 winners over Frontier.
So Kasha on the field. Good to see Jones back out there. Jalen Jones back in his tailback position. And they'll run the sweep again, and that one's eaten up by Lancaster. They did a terrific job at the end of the line to close that one off, and allowing no room that time for Haney.
The loss of the rate.
And Nico Haney, another player that plays multiple sports up in Lockport. And that sets them back, 2nd 13. And it's tough. We've seen the one first down come when they got 8 yards on first down. The other times that have been penalties or negative plays. Jones, a juke. Jones, another juke. Slips one, but he's not going to be able to get anything established after that. Only a 2-yard gain. And Jones is working for every yard he earns here. You see Jones slowly walking to the huddle. Kasha waiting for the call.
3-yard gain.
To see him trot to the huddle now. Let's see where they go with this one.
30, Eden 6.
Cooper, Joshua Cooper wearing number 1 will be by himself. They have the trip wideouts here. Kasha fakes the screen. Kasha looking, he's going to try to run, and he's caught from behind. Good hustle that time. Number 78, Matt Nutilia with the sack. Excuse me. I believe it was, yes, excuse me, it's Dominic Tiramonte. Wrong number 78 on my part. And Lockport has forced the punt. This Lancaster defense so good. The squad so well coached. And they are forcing a number 3 and out. Snap is good. Heck, he's got to hurry up. He takes a little bump. Gets a nice roll. Davis can do nothing but watch it, and that's where Lockport will down it. Good job by Hake that time. He saw the rush and was able to get a good kickoff.
9:34 to play in the first half.
Definitely a better kick than the last one.
Yep. Almost got the 5-yard running into the kicker penalty, but Lancaster disciplined enough to hold up just enough to avoid that contact, and it's on the defense again. Still only a 1-score game though, 14-7, Lancaster in front. 9:34 left to go in the second.
What channel do they show that on Spectrum?
Here we go. Here we go. It's Manziel. Manziel is going to hand it off. There's a run. Wingard's got some room off tackle. Cuts it upfield. Puts his shoulder down. Hit from behind. And did well to hang on to the football, did Wingard, after a gain of 19. Good effort there. Chasing from behind was number 15, Robert Marotta.
That's a Legends first down.
And it's a first down for Wingard. I thought Marotta was going to be able to punch the ball out that time.
That was a good drive. They made it past the 50. They're looking good out there.
So here we go. Lancaster trying to rev up the offensive machine again. Manziel getting the calls in the shotgun formation again. He's going to hand it off. And there's a big hole. There's the running back again. It's the tough running of number 29, Tim Gardner, that picks up more yardage. They're picking it up in chunks now. 19 yards on consecutive plays on the ground. And this is just with under 9 minutes left to go now. Lockport defense looking to hold. This is what Lancaster does. They run the ball, and then when you come up to stop the run, they'll go over the top. But no need for that right now. It's 15 more yards for Gardner. And now we got 2 flags thrown as there's some action after the whistle. Cooper was one of the players involved. I'm not sure what else was happening there. Right, as of right now, the ball is on the Lockport 14-yard line. But that's before any of these calls.
Come on, Hensler! Hensler!
Lancaster's ready to roll. They already got the call. Referee hasn't even announced the penalties yet. We got a dead ball personal foul against Lockport. And that's going to be
Dead ball, personal foul
probably
against
half the
Lockport.
distance. We should be walking it from the 13 to about the 7 with the 15 yards, and that's what's happening now. First and goal for Lancaster, looking to make this a 2-touchdown advantage.
Legends have first and
They
goal.
keep Manziel in. Lots of options for Manziel. Wingard in the backfield wearing number 7. They wind the clock, ready to go. See where they go with it. Wingard gets the carry. Nice tackle down there. Coming into the backfield there was Nico Haney. Get the ankles of Wingard.
I think he's down
4-yard
at 2.
gain. Second and goal from the 2.
So they get half of it on first down. Lockport looking to hold strong here on the goal line. They'll have to do it 3 more times probably if they're looking to keep this one out of the end zone. Manziel, Wingard, and he is able to score. It looked like Lockport had it blown up in the backfield, but Wingard got low and gets across the goal line on his feet. And it's 20-7 now in favor of Lancaster as we get a look on the replay. Right here, good penetration off the defensive line, but Wingard was able to slip that tackle and get into the end zone. And now we get the adventure of the extra point from Lancaster. Which way do they decide to go on this? They got their kicker out there, their backup quarterback. Now they get into extra point formation. If they indeed do kick the extra point, last time it was a bad snap that didn't allow them to kick it. It would be a 14-point lead. High snap, they get it down, kick is up. And he does well with it off the scoreboard right through the uprights. It's 21-7.
With 8:07 to play in the first half. That makes the score
It's tough.
Lancaster 21.
This Lancaster squad is so good, and that Lockport defense has been out there a long time.
Right now, if you're Lockport's coach, Trey Smith, he must be trying to think of a new strategy or something to try to quelch the offense from Lancaster.
And when you're dealing with a team that only suffered 2 losses last year, easier said than done. As this Legends squad, very dangerous. As I mentioned, made it all the way to state championship game where they fell to Troy.
Major League Baseball scoreboard
But
update.
looking to make sure that they carry that success over this year in this opening game. This is the kickoff of 2018 Section 6. Lots of games on the schedule. This one with the later start. Nice under the lights. It looks beautiful here in Lancaster. A great crowd on hand. The Lockport bleachers are pretty much full on the way sideline. And the Lancaster hometown fans came out in force as they have their side filled up as well. Line drive kick. They're going to try a lateral. They do to Brooks. Brooks looking for room, tries to spin move. He gets free. Brooks squirting through the path, and he gets brought down at the 34. Malik Brooks, just an all-around good athlete. He's dangerous. You can see why they don't want to kick it to him.
That's right. I mean, that spin move almost made it through, and if he was able to get clear, he would have had a lot of yards on that play.
First and 10 from their own 34-yard
So let's see what the offense can do here. They struck pay dirt on the opening play from scrimmage after the 5-yard false start for a 90-yard touchdown. Brooks had another big reception on the last drive before the turnover. Excuse me, that was 2 drives ago. 3 in the backfield along with Casha. You don't see that too much from the Lions. No tight end. Now they'll swing out. The handoff to Jones, looking for a hole to stick his nose into. And we got a flag down, and Jones has nowhere to go. You can see he tried cutting up field about 2 different times, but that Lancaster defense, so disciplined, didn't let it happen. Let's see if the penalty's on Lockport. If it is, I'm pretty sure Lancaster will decline. And that is the case. So it'll be second and a loss of about 6.5. Makes sense. First and 20, second and 15. I think I would decline that call as well. There's Lockport again. First down. Very little success on first down, and that makes it difficult. Now you're looking at trying to get big yards.
It seems that that has been their strategy for the entirety of the game, is to make a bigger play than try to eat up the time and go for smaller pushes.
And again, that Legends defense swarming on the handoff.
Yeah, that defense definitely focused, and they didn't.
I mean, they're trying to get off tackle there, and there's 3 defenders waiting for Jones, and it's another loss. That time 2 or 3, and it's 3rd and a prayer now for this Lions team. See what they decide to do. Lancaster setting up their defense, switching around the formation. They fake the handoff. Cash is going to go deep again, and it was just out of the reach of Brooks. He had to put a little bit more air under it, and he would have connected, but just out of the reach, and it's going to end up being 4th and 18, which will result in a Lockport punt. This is a big moment in this game for Lockport here, this next drive. Because if you're able to hold, you're still right in it. You give up a score, and now you're talking very difficult situation.
That's right. I mean, it's definitely, it's the potential to come back is still there, but not as easily when you're down by 3.
Timeout's going to be taken this time by Lancaster. And like what they saw in the formation on that 4th and 18, and they're going to talk things over. All this with 6:53 left to go in the second quarter. Lockport, first play, 90-yard bomb for a touchdown. Since then, it's been all Legends offenses. They've been able to go up and down the field at will.
A performance by our Lancaster Marching Legends.
So interesting to see. They called the timeout here. Is Lancaster setting up a rush? Are they setting up a return? We'll see what the end result is, but they burned one of their 3 timeouts here in the first half to talk things over for punt. But when you're up by 14, you have that advantage of doing that.
Halftime score, Star Point 21, Grand Island 7.
Of the field,
Amherst
coaching
21,
given
Kent East 7.
to one of the captains, Nick Castellano, who plays wide receiver.
Third quarter,
Castellano, a senior, a leader on this Lancaster squad. Lockport comes back out with a punt formation. Back deep for Lancaster, Sean Davis. Seen him make a catch or 2 throughout the night, and he's got the return duties. Snap is a wobbly one, and he just gets it off again. Good job. Davis decides to field it on the bounce, and he splits the tacklers, makes a move upfield, and he's brought down on the Lockport side of the 50, all the way down to the 44-yard line. So Davis getting his team some yards by fielding that one on the bounce.
43-yard line.
If he had let that one roll, it would have kept on going around to about the 25, maybe more. Menzel back out there. Getting the call from the sidelines. Still waiting to decide what they go with. And now they get the call with 6:40 left to go in the second. Menzel sets up the formation, puts Wingard to his left. Wingard had a touchdown on the previous drive. They fake it to him. Now throw it out to Davis. Davis gets a block from Martin. Davis on the sideline to the 20, inside the 20. And that's where he's put out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. As Martin got out in front, he delivered some good blocks.
Yeah, that block was definitely crucial. Allowed an additional 5 to 10 yards right off the bat.
1st and 10 from the 19.
And end up out of bounds, and the chains have to reset, so the clock is stopped. Now they get the call again. Menzel communicating out. Now everyone's got the call on offense. Wingard's got his duties. Ready to roll. Menzel looking, gives it off to Wingard. There's a flag on the play as Wingard gets inside the 10, all the way to the 7, but we'll see what the call is this time. Might be coming back. Flag went up really early, so it's usually either false start or offsides. That's what it is, false start or the formation.
The 5-yard penalty will be 2nd and 15.
Break there for Lockport as Lancaster is moving it down the field with ease on this drive, but they stalled themselves with the 5-yard penalty. 6:26 left to go. Lancaster trying to extend their lead here in the middle of the second quarter. They lead 21-7. There's a throw. Manziel going to Davis. He bobbled it and catches it inside the 10 to the 5 and wrapped down at the 2. So Davis had to go off his shoulder pads, but was able to maintain control.
Very quick hands there.
Manziel not afraid to air it out as you get a good look down the line of scrimmage. And there is Wingard, who was able to take it in from this distance on the previous drive. Manziel taking control of this offense in the first game, has it. Will hand it off, and Wingard's up the middle, and he's in for 6.
2-yard touchdown run by Brandon Wingard.
So many plays to defend for this Lockport defense. But to get another look at it here, there's, again, that strong front for Lancaster. They have the tight end to the right. They go across the quarterback. They have to be ready for the fake, and there's a nice turn up field by Wingard to punch it in for the touchdown. This time, they line up straight. Let's see if they continue that way. Oh, and it's another bad snap, and this time it will not result in 2 points. Lockport's there with the Pride Lions to take him down. If Falsaniti couldn't corral that one, and it's 27-7. So they get the extra point, only holding the 6. And now the endurance test of this one's going to take over for Lockport if they can get something done on offense. A lot of two-side-of-the-ball players on this line squad playing offense and defense. And Lancaster, they run a lot of plays. Every time there's a first down, the clock stops. It's not a running clock. So that means it just extends the game that many more times, and Lancaster keeps on pounding the ball.
Yep, they've been doing a heck of a job controlling that clock. That's definitely where Lockport is dropping ball, literally.
So we'll see what happens with 5:47 left in the second. As on the sidelines here is a long snapper for Lancaster, number 52, David Gacka, upset with himself on 2 snaps back on extra points. He wasn't able to connect, so he's getting some work in. Kickoff on the way, and it's put deep. Let's see if Lockport does with it. Jones is going to get it in on the 10, make his way to the middle of the field at 20. Now cuts upfield up a crease to the 25, and he's brought down at the 27-yard line. So, see what Kesha can do here.
Cody Scotland and Tim Gardner in on the tackle for Lancaster. Lockport take over 1st and 10 from their own 27.
Lancaster, a distinct size advantage when it comes down to the trenches, both on the offensive and defensive lines. And they've been really able to use that to their advantage. There we go. Referee's blowing it dead. That's why you have a delay, and it's another timeout taken by Lancaster. Not too sure about the alignment, so they're going to talk things over.
Once again, folks, don't forget at halftime we'll have a performance
This will allow Lockport
Legends
to talk things over. Again, Trayton Smith, the first-year coach, taking over as they look to restructure and rebuild this Lions squad. Been paying attention to the NFL preseason, a Lockport alum, Mr. Llewellyn down in Tennessee, making some headlines, looking to crack that 53-man roster. We wish him all the best, and he's done so well in the preseason, and hopefully he's able to stick with Tennessee. But right now, his alma mater is looking to dig deep and find some points, or at the very least a couple of first downs to slow this game down. This timeout was taken by Lancaster. 5:41 left to go in the second. Giving them the full allotment on this timeout, that's for sure. If they finally get the whistle to break things up.
33, Lakeshore nothing.
And ready to go. See a couple different players out on the field now as we get into the second quarter. Mentioned the offensive line for Lockport. Center is Joshua Huber. He's a senior receiving the calls, and we got a false start. I don't know if it was false start or offsides. Excuse me. Huber is playing left guard. The center, number 60, is Chase Valerie. He's a junior at 5'8". And it's going to be false start. Huber's the one that got it. And that's going to be 5 yards. And again, first down. They're trying to make it second and 5, second and 4. And they're at second and 15, first and 15. It makes for a long night. Let's see what they get here. First and 15 now. Cassia, he's got pressure. It's a screen pass. He finds Jones. Jones cuts into the middle. 35, 40. And he's finally wrapped down as they use the pressure against Lancaster that time and get a big play. 19 yards for Jones on the screen pass. And it's a first down for the Lions.
First and 10 Lockport from their own
Here we go.
42-yard line.
As they shuffle in some players. Martin comes in for Lancaster. We've seen him on the offensive side of the ball reeling a couple nice catches. He's going to play defensive end / outside linebacker. Now he's standing up. Cassia looking to throw. Martin went into coverage, and Cassia threw it into triple coverage. Cassia, I think he had his mind made up. He was going for Haney at the start of the play, and Legends were ready for that. Let's get a good look at Nico Haney. Senior, 6'1", 180. Going to join his teammates in the huddle. Cooper comes in late, gets the call. Second and 10 now. 4 wide receivers set again. 1 in the backfield. That's Jalen Jones. And Cassie's looking. Has to throw. He throws a dart. And it's held onto that time by the fullback for Snyder. That's a gain, a modest pickup of about 3 to 4 yards. But it's positive, and it makes third down a little bit more manageable. Let's get a look at that Lions huddle. Cash is there. Big third down here. Jump still in the backfield. Able to get past that ankle injury he was dealing with earlier. Lancaster taking away the sticks. Cassia splits defenders, but he's not going to be able to deal with that much pressure as he takes a big hit. And that time it was led by number 56, Connor Mahoney, with a big sack. And it's a loss of 4 on 3rd and 6. And Lockport's going to decide to punt this ball.
It's a 4-yard loss. Will make it 4th and 10.
Lockport was going for the quick hitter, and Lancaster took away the sticks, and there was nothing to throw to.
Lancaster's been doing a great job stopping them right in their tracks. They haven't had too much chance to go past the line of scrimmage.
Lancaster had their defensive backs and linebackers play exactly where the first down marker was, and there was no one available. Punts up in the air. It's going to take a Lockport-friendly bounce inside the 30, and it's going to make its way to the 25, and that's what we're saying. We'll down it there, and Lancaster will get another shot on offense with 3:33 left to go in the second half, or excuse me, the first half, second quarter. Defense needs to come up with the stop here. They got to respect the efforts. Number 74 for Lockport is Devon Toland. He's one of those players that plays both sides of the ball, offensive tackle and defensive end. They sent out a sub from him. He said, no, thank you. They forced him to come up. Mizell, again, getting the call, confirmed with his wide receivers. Lockport inching closer with those linebackers. It's a handoff, a big hole for Wingard on the left side of the line, and he goes down, but not before he gets a first down and a gain of 13.
That's another Legends first down.
Haney is in on the tackle along with Cooper, but it's a first down, and you can just see that hole open up and from that angle that time. Manziel, Wingard in the backfield. They're going to throw quick slant. It's bobbled and caught. The second time we saw that, this time it was number 10, Nick McCanty, who hangs on for another first down.
First and 10 from the Lockport 48-yard line.
That fake handoff, and Manziel puts it on the money and reeling it in. As I mentioned, it was McCanty. Now they're going to go with an I formation next to the quarterback in the shotgun. A lot of creativity, and it's Wingard right up the middle. He was about 6 yards upfield before anyone laid a hand on him, and he's finally brought down. But again, it's first down yardage, 12 yards on first down for Wingard. Lancaster just lines it right back up, right back to business for the Legends. Let's see if they try to hike it quick here. They do exactly that, and it's Wingard again upfield. A good push by that Lancaster line, and it's another 7-yard gain, 6-yard gain. It's almost automatic right now for Wingard.
Keeping that pressure up, and I don't think the Lockport's defense is maintaining.
We talked about the time of possession and how many plays Lancaster's run, and they just took it up tempo for a minute there. A lot of hands on hips out there for the Lions as they look to hold strong here. It's second and about 3. They're going to throw with Manziel. Manziel's going to throw it out there. They're closing in as Jones, but a nice move. And the forgotten man who we haven't talked about, Nick Mara, who has a touchdown, gets another first down grab. That's good for 5 yards and a first down.
Devin Tolan on the tackle for Lockport.
Let's see.
First and 10 Legends.
It is first down.
25.
As we have to wait for the chains to get set. Three wideouts to Manziel's left on the near side of your screens. One lone receiver, Mara up top, wearing 21. Manziel bobbles the snap, reels it in. He's going to roll out. He's got pressure in his face. He's got to. He escapes another would-be sack. Manziel, a juke, gets to the outside. There's a flag, and finally he's brought out of bounds. And Manziel showing that he's got some wheels as he got away from 2 would-be sacks, and we have a down Lion. It looks like it's number 50, Marcus Shavers, down on the ground. And there is a flag on the field. It might have been a legal block as Manziel was walking to the sideline. One of the Legends drew back to throw a block, and that might be 15 yards. We'll hang on to that thought. The more concerning thing at the moment is Marcus Shavers. They're looking at, I think, the right leg of Shavers. As I mentioned, he was close to getting the sack, and then I think he got rolled on. Here's the call. That's exactly what it is, an illegal block. The player who threw the block was ahead of the play and came back to get the Lion from catching Manziel, and that's 15 yards. But right now, Shavers still getting attended to as they look at that right leg. This all with 1:19 left to go in the second quarter. Shavers measures out at 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's playing that offensive, defensive role on the lines. The grunt work for the Lions. He's going to try to stand up here. Some of the Lancaster doctors out there as well. Now they're going to stand him up. Nice round of applause from the Legend faithful here that filled the stands tonight. Looking for a repeat performance of last year of the Lancaster Legends. The Shavers trying to put a little weight on that right leg as he stands up. get that blood flowing again. But not looking promising right now. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, because he needs the help of some coaches to make his way to the sidelines. The senior, one of the leaders in the middle of this Lions defense, is playing a pretty strong game. Right now his squad is looking to defend a 1st and 25. You've got to try to get a stop here. But what we've seen from Lancaster is they're not afraid to try to get it all back in one shot. They might go for the end zone here. That's true. Martin, one of those deep threats, is in the middle of this 3 wide receiver set that you'll see in a second as you get a good look of the defensive and offensive lines. Right there in the middle, number 78, Matt Attila, who I accidentally gave a sack earlier of his own quarterback. There it is. They're going for it all. Turn around. They didn't get to it. Good coverage that time by Cunningham, but he couldn't get his head around, and that allowed Davis to look it into his gut. And it's a big play, and they get it all on the first one. Let's take another look. Davis wearing number 3. He kind of gets lost in the shuffle there. He was the last one down, and there's the run. They had the coverage, but just a perfect throw by Manziel. Can't defend it. 1 minute left to go, and they're driving again, are the Legends. Manziel hands it off. Wingard's got a huge hole off the right 5. Goal line touchdown.
That was a nice, easy walk-in.
Wingard's got 3 consecutive touchdowns in a row, and the Legends are rolling here on their home field. Here's another look again. Just could have put a mid-side sedan through that hole, as Wingard was able to walk it in.
Whiteside on for the extra point.
Whiteside. Oh, the snap came early. They weren't ready. Whistle goes. It's got to be a illegal formation or motion, because they were still walking, and that's exactly what it is.
Illegal procedure penalty against Lancaster.
So they'll move it back 5.
5-yard penalty.
As we've seen all along, Whiteside's got the leg, no problem. 5 yards won't matter that much to him. It's whether or not he keeps it straight enough or not. They had to get a fresh football out there. The one that Whiteside blasted through the uprights on the attempt that was called off is with the other one on the roof. Whiteside takes his steps, lines everything up. Good snap this time, right on the money. Whiteside's up and in. Perfect through the uprights again. And it's 34-7. Lancaster coming out week 1 and making a statement on their home field. They are up and up big, 27 points here in the first half. It's such a good game plan that Lancaster has. As you get a look at the cheerleaders here of the Legends on the sidelines, right in front of the student section, of course. Lockport cheerleaders here as well. They made the trip down. A half that started off with such promise, a 90-yard touchdown. The Malik Brooks off the get-go, the first play that counted. But since then, Lancaster's taken over. See what they do. I imagine Lancaster's going to keep this one on the ground. They don't want any returns coming back.
Q12, Medina 7.
They put Jones way at the top, near the sideline, actually, to even with the numbers, actually inside the numbers, closer to the sideline. They got Brooks in the middle of the field. It hits someone in front. It's a loose ball, and doing a good job to just jump on that one. I believe it was number 25 there. It was Justice Smith was able to find the handle, or it would have been a turnover. On the other hand now, it's a first down and decent field position for Lockport. They can maybe put some points up here.
They've definitely been in this position a few times already this game. We need to just see how well they do in terms of controlling this ball.
They do have some timeouts in their back pocket, and the clock does stop at first down, so there's lots of time to operate here. Cash has got the arm to do it as well as they set their formation. See what they come out with. Casha gets the handle. He's just going to dump it off to Jones. Jones is looking for some room. Gets outside. Had a couple of blockers. Jones tiptoeing down the sideline inside the 40 down to 37. So a good first play, something that's eluded the Lions in this first half, is a good play to start off a drive, and they get it that time.
First down, Lockport.
So they're in Legend territory. Jones got out of bounds, so the clock will stop. So Lockport's going to take their time and huddle up, make sure everyone's on the same page. Haney and Cooper go up top. Along with Snyder. Brooks has double coverage on him now. They got a corner and a safety on Brooks. They're not going to let him beat him deep again. Well, Cash is going to try it anyways, and Brooks almost had it. The chance was there, and Davis, who's hit a couple of big catches for Lancaster, was able to break that one up. Casha, if he didn't get hit, might have had something to work with there, but I don't think he got all that he wanted on that attempt. So Lockport huddles up again. Still 34 seconds left to go in the half, so they have time to operate. As they come to the line of scrimmage. Look at that double coverage on the near side of the screen. You can't see Davis, but he's right behind his cornerback, and now we got a flag, and this looks like it's going to be a false start, and that's exactly what it is against the Lions. In the grand scheme of things, you're going to need all the yards anyway, so 5 yards shouldn't make that big of a difference in this drive overall, but you just don't like to see the pre-snap fouls. One-on-one coverage with one safety over the top to the wide side of the field. Let's see if they go that way. Look out, free defender. It's a screen pass. Jones has it. They have blockers. Jones dips to the middle of the field, dips around another one, past the 25, and it's a first down. He dropped the ball. It's loose. They come the other way to the Legends. All by himself is number 21, Nick Mira, and he will trot in for his second touchdown of the game, and the Legends defense decides to join the act. It looks like a good play. I didn't see where Jones lost it. Right there, they rip it out. Mira did it all himself. He ripped it out and scored the touchdown.
A 76-yard fumble return.
And you see him just walking down the sidelines. It looked like it was going to be 1st and 10 for Lockport at the 25-yard line of Lancaster, and it ends up in their own end zone off the fumble return. But now we have a conference with the officials. I know we got to look at it before. Maybe we're able to cue it up again to see if maybe Jones was down before that ball came out. Referees are walking it. They're going to give Lockport the first down here. Here we go, slow motion replay. There's Jones. He lowers the shoulder. He's still in possession here. There you see Davis coming to rip it, and Mira rips it. Mira has the ball right there. Let's see if Jones's knee is down. It's tough to get a look as he's just surrounded. Right there, he's not in possession. I believe that's a fumble, but at this point, Lockport's going to take any break they can. Good, strong run by Jones. But you see the smarts of this Lancaster defense. They're ball hawking. So Lockport has 14 seconds. I think they have to reset the clock though, as that clock ran down to 14 on the fumble return. I think they need to put a little bit more time on that clock for the Lions to work with. The last time Lockport was at the 25, they lost the ball on a fumble, so it was deja vu all over for the Lions offense. But this time they ruled down by contact.
Looks like there's another conversation going on with the refs at the top of the field.
Yeah, the refs huddled over by the Lions sidelines, and I think this exactly what we were talking about is the time on the clock is what has the attention of Coach Trey Smith right now, saying more time needs to be put on because the play was ruled dead. So about 10 seconds probably should be on the clock, because when he went down, pretty sure it was about 25 seconds or so displayed on the scoreboard. You see it pretty animated discussion in the background of your screens there. Right at the first down marker is where your referees are talking to the Lions sideline. Beautiful facility here in Lancaster. Nice center field logo. And the field looks picture perfect to start off this season. Now the discussion's over and we'll get a discussion, or at least a ruling. It's going to be a timeout taken by Lockport.
Timeout, Lockport.
I'm guessing because there's only 14 seconds left, now they won't be able to utilize them as much, so they might as well talk things over about what they want to run here. They're not going to win the argument about getting more time put on that clock. It still remains at 14. When we do resume, ball spotted at 24 as you get a look at the Lancaster defensive huddle, talking things over with their coaching staff. Mira, who made that play to return it all the way, that 75-yard fumble return, getting a drink of water. It is a comfortable night out there. The lights beaming down, great picture. Brought to you by this LCTV crew on hand, bring you best in high school and college sports in Western New York. And let's see what they draw up. No. So, after all that, they ruled that the fumble recoverer was down by contact, so it is a turnover, but it's Lancaster who has the ball at the 24. So that was the discussion. It is not a Lockport's ball, it is Lancaster's. They throw a short drop off to Davis, and Davis is going to run out of bounds with 5 seconds left. So it wasn't a question of the fumble, and what our replay and our cameras picked up was accurate. It was a fumble, but what they did say is that the person who recovered it was down before Mara had it, and that's why the ball comes back to where the fumble occurred. Lancaster not going to take a knee, up by 27 here in the clock ending. They're going to try to put some more points on the board. And it's all-out Hail Mary, and Martin takes a big lick for his efforts there. Inside the 20, that pass is broken up. Haney was one of the defenders there. So Lockport started off well with a bomb. Malik Brooks had a 90-yard touchdown. After that, it was all Lancaster, 34-7. Your score headed into the half. We'll have the second half more after these messages on LCTV.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No, 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 no.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got...
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it. Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Live with a human for a while, and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Welcome back to Lancaster North, home of the Legends. And the Legends are putting on quite a performance for this hometown squad crowd that came out in full force. Good evening, I'm Frank alongside voice. It's 34-7 in favor of Lancaster over the Lockport Lions. The Lions came out on fire. They had a nice return. That was negated by a penalty. They took a full start penalty. Then it was 9 yards. Casher to Lee Brooks. Went, took it to the house. It was 7-0 Lions in the blink of an eye. But since then, Lancaster has been able to utilize just pure volume of plays. Lancaster has run so many plays in that Lockport defense. I hope they were able to catch their breath during halftime because they were out there a long time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, as I said earlier, Trey Smith, their coach, must be trying to re-strategize their plan. They need to come up with some means of stopping the Lancaster offense at this point.
So coming into the game, we didn't know who Lancaster's starter would be. There was a battle in the summer between Gianluca Fasolini and Jason Manziel. Manziel was the first one to come out and lead the offense. We've seen Fasolini take a decent amount of snaps, but it does look like it's going to be Manziel's team down the stretch here for Lancaster. He's done a good job putting the ball where it needed to be. Sorry about that. As we get ready to start the second half. Here we go. They actually put a little bit more time on the clock from halftime. The referee came over and said you had shorted us 5 minutes of halftime, so instead of a few seconds away from kickoff, we've got about 2 minutes before we get things going here in the third quarter. Not sure what you might have caught from that recap, but we were talking about the quarterback situation for Lancaster. Gianluca Falsinitti, who played sometime last year with the squad, looks like he will be the primary backup to Jason Manziel. Manziel wearing number 15 as we get a good look there at number 6 for Lockport warming up. But Roy, interesting that they've gone with the 2 quarterback look in Lancaster, but Manziel, his accuracy when throwing the ball has been pretty impressive tonight.
It has, and they've been able to definitely strategize the use of the different quarterbacks for what they need on the field.
So Filcini, is more of a running type quarterback. He's able to put his head down. We saw in the first half he was able to get a couple big runs for the first time he came in for Manziel. He just put his head down, was able to get runs of 20 or 25. One thing we mentioned, you might have seen on the right side of your screens there, is number 14, Anthony Hake, is the kicker for this squad, and he was warming up for the kickoff he's about to do, and he just split the uprights from 50 yards out. So you know he's got a leg on him. Very impressive. As we'll have one of his games later this week with the Lockport soccer team up in on the home field at Lockport. But till then, Hank's going to have the kickoff duties to start the second half. A lot of dangerous players out there for this Legend squad. Sean Davis is going to be deep middle. We've seen him play some good corner and come up with a couple of big receptions. Also, Nick Mara, who has a touchdown and almost had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. He's back around the 20-yard line. And lastly, on the far end there, trying to catch a number, looks like number 2, Mitch Pilma, a running back but more known for his deep defensive play at linebacker. So we've covered the full allotted time for halftime, and we're ready to go in the second half. Lions will be kicking off to Lancaster. In this half, Lockport will be working right to left on your screens. As you see the Lions kicker wearing his white jersey, blue pants, blue numerals and gold trim, gold helmets, blue line on there. Lancaster wearing their all black with white trim and numerals and red helmets. And we're underway to start the second half here from Lancaster. Good hang time on that one from Hake all the way down to the 9-yard line. And they have a seam up the middle. It looks like it's going to be a big return for Davis. He gets by the kicker, and Davis is into the end zone, opening the half with a touchdown return. 91 yards for number 3, Sean Davis. The junior has himself 6 points.
92-yard kickoff return touchdown for Sean Davis.
The dangers of kicking it deep sometimes to these playmakers. And we just saw it happen as you see the replay there, the tail end of Davis taking it to the house. Off that opening return, we do have one player down for the Lions. It looks like number 7 down on one knee.
That's Victor Cunningham.
Yeah, Victor Cunningham, the wide receiver, defensive back, senior, has his helmet off. And they're trying to signal to the referees to not run this play.
On to attempt the extra point.
As Cunningham is receiving some medical attention. So stop things there, but Lancaster comes out of the dressing room, takes that kickoff, and goes 91 yards as Davis.
We have an injury timeout.
And talk about picking up where you left off, huh? As Lancaster doesn't even allow their offense to see the field. Cunningham there, as you see, sitting down. He was back behind the play. One of the Lancaster players was actually walking back with him, making sure he was okay, and Cunningham required some attention. We'll keep an eye out. There was one other injury in that first half for Lockport. It was number 50. It was Shavers who needed some attention. We'll see if he returns during this game. By the looks of it, it didn't look promising, but no official report on that. Not too sure what they're checking out on Cunningham. He's sitting down. Doesn't look like, it looks like upper body. You worry if he took a big lick on kickoff return, maybe got the wind knocked out of him or something like that. You hope that's what the case is. He's going to look at the Legends huddle. They'll be waiting to put up the extra point as their lead is at 33, 40-7. The opening kickoff goes all the way for a touchdown. If you've missed the first 12 seconds of the first half or the second half, you've missed some explosive offense. We've seen a bomb for a touchdown and now a kickoff return for a touchdown. And good news is Cunningham's back on his feet. Still looks kind of a little wobbly out there though. He's going to make his way to the sideline under some assistance. So as Cunningham will get looked at, the Lockport special teams have an extra point to try to defend. It's been pretty eventful. We've seen a drop snap result in a 2-point conversion. We've seen a drop snap result in a sack. And then the last one was picture perfect. That number 25, the kicker, Clark Whiteside, was able to drill through the uprights. Let's see how this one rolls. It's a bad snap again. Pasolini's going to try to make something happen again. They go to the corner of the end zone for Martin to get his foot down. What's the call? Incomplete. So Martin was able to reel it in, but he couldn't get the feet in, and it's a missed extra point again for the Legends. But that's all that's gone wrong for them here tonight. Is their lead is at 33. And it only took 12 seconds to put 6 points up off of that open kickoff. So Lockport will try to answer back with a return of their own. We've seen some flashes of danger from those return men as you see the Legends bench feeling good about the start of their season. We mentioned earlier they graduated a lot of players. I believe it was 12 players from their starting lineup, or 12 players off the senior class that left Lancaster, but they've seen to pick up where they left off as the underclassmen have stepped up. As we're ready to go, as Whiteside has the ball now, he's ready to kick things off, literally.
And Westseneca East leads Jamestown 27-12 in the third quarter.
Now Lockport makes some adjustments to the return positioning. They'll inch a little bit closer as we're ready to go. It's a squib kick again. Bouncer, tough to carry. Nice scoop there. Out upfield, taking a hit, spin move there, and finally brought down at the 34-yard line was Doyle Morales.
Joshua Doyle Morales on the return for Lockport.
Looked like it was going to be a tough one to handle, but he did well to corral it.
From their own 35-yard line.
So we'll see what the Lions offense comes out with here in the second half. Cashin has had a couple of nice completions so far this afternoon, but the defensive line of Lancaster has done such a nice job up front. Lockport's going to see if they can get some protection or some push to allow Jones some room in the running game. But they're going to start off throwing, and they're not going to waste any time to go deep. And that one's incomplete. It was Davis who ran the route with Cooper, and Cooper did well to knock it free from Davis, or it would have been a turnover. But Davis well positioned to break that up. As you get a good look at Sean Davis, the junior wide receiver and corners, had a lot of big plays, including that return for a touchdown that we just saw to open the second half. He's matched up one-on-one with Cooper again. Double coverage They're trying to move Brooks around, and here's Jones. He finally has a seam there, and he's able to get some positive yards on second down. Looks like about a gain of 4, which makes it 3rd and 6, which is a lot better than the 3rd and 15s we were seeing earlier.
Definitely. 3rd and 6.
As you see, number 20 there for Lancaster, Alex Hengda made that tackle, get his shoulder pad fixed. He's in the middle of that Legends defense. Gasha with Jones to his left as they look to get a first down. Gasha's looking, tries going over the middle, incomplete for Snyder. Now, it would have not been a first down. It was a throw of about 3 yards. They're looking for a runner for the catch. We'll see what Lockport decides to do with this 4th down. And they're going to send out the punting team. So they'll send out Hack to boot this one away and try to play some defense. Lockport getting all their players out there for this punt. Earlier, it was number 21, Humphrey, we saw as a gunner, and they're switching it up a little bit as they are trying to get the correct personnel out there, running the risk of a delay game right now. Now ready to go. Looks like Lancaster's going to lay off this one and try to set up a return. Snap is good. That's there. No pressure. Good kick. Davis has it on the run. 45-50 makes a move. 45-40 and finally brought down that time. Noel Morales all over this field. Another tackle, but not before a return of about 17, 18 yards. So with the 2 number 3s in this game between Malik Brooks and Sean Davis, as a defense, you don't want to see the ball in their hands because they're dangerous.
Yeah, they definitely put up a lot of numbers this game so far.
So Manziel's going to start this half on the bench after that kickoff return for a touchdown made it a 33-point game. Right now it's going to be Gianluca Falsinidi's show. He's going to hand it off to the running back, and it's a new running back, but same result as 10 yards is getting there by Cody Scotland in the game. As you see some other players mix in for Lancaster. Also in number 10, Nick Canty. He's had a check catch earlier in the game. We'll keep Scotland in the backfield. Austin Venditti also playing a little tight end with Martin, and it was 2nd and 1, and they'll run it up there for 5 yards and pick up the first down.
Scotland on the carry. That's
Scotland again. See Scotland getting some playing time right now with Venditti in the backfield of this Lancaster squad as Martin's going to find his place in the slot. He's had a couple of big plays. It's another handoff, and right up the gut they go. A big hit, though, in the middle of the pile. Stopping that one. It looked like it was going to be big yardage, but a nice tackle there by Christian Schaefer is able to save Lockport some yards and keep it at 2nd and 6. Looked like there was a lot of room to run. 2nd and 6 now for Lancaster. They'll fake the handoff. He's going to keep it, makes a ball fake. He's inside the 20 to the 17, and that's where he gets wrapped up and sent to the turf. But I believe that's going to be enough for a first down for the Legends. Nope, 3rd and 1. Just short.
5, 3rd and 1.
So let's see what the Lions defense can come up with here against this potent Legends offense. Scotland's in that position to the left of his quarterback. They're going to hand it off, go outside. Duel Morales couldn't wrap him up, and helping him out there is Ricard with the tackle, but it will be a first down. Rickard making that stop, a nice tackle. A gain of 4, though, is going to get the job done for Lancaster. First and 10 from the 10, so no first downs
First and
available.
goal from the 10.
They'll hand it off again to Scotland. He's got room. He's going to bounce it over the guard, and he's in for the touchdown.
10-yard touchdown run for
Number
Cody
30
Scotland.
again, Cody Scotland, able to scamper in. We'll get a good look at the replay here. He goes right between the guard and center off the left side of the line as they get a double team block there, and he finds the hole and is able to scamper in for 6 points. That'll make it 46-7.
Whiteside on it.
3.5 minutes into the third quarter. Extra point snap is uneventful this time, and the kick is picture perfect. And that one converts to make it 47-7. Legends out in front. They put up 13 points, 2 touchdowns in the first 3 minutes and 33 seconds of this third quarter. Not the first week that Lockport was looking for under this new coaching staff, but the schedule makers didn't do him any favors putting it up against this Lancaster squad that went to the state finals last season. And they don't look like they've skipped a beat from where they left off last year. As you hear the Lancaster band playing in the background, cheerleader.
Final score,
We'll trot out Whiteside again for this kickoff. Usual suspects back deep for Lockport with Brooks, Cooper, and Jones. They protect the outside of the field with Joel Morales and Jeremiah Chambers. We've seen Lancaster kick it short and once at a player for Lockport on that front line, so we'll see what happens here if they decide to squib it again. And that's exactly what they do. Joel Morales allows it to go back. Jones has to chase after it, picks it up at the 15. Now he's trying to find some room, but all he's going to meet is a wave of black jerseys. He squirts free for a brief second, and he's wrestled down to the grass at the 18.
Brought down by Gardner and Ian Connors.
Jones has had a tough time finding any sort of daylight out there today. He's very shifty with a lot of good moves, but when you're gang tackled like that, it's tough to make something happen. Let's get a good look at Mr. Jones, Jalen Jones. Seniors at 6'1", 145. Here comes Kesha. Kesha with Jones in the shotgun formation. They got double coverage on the outside to Lancaster, but they're going to test it out anyway. And hey, Malik Brooks says throw it up, I'll go get it, and that's what he does. He comes up with his third catch. Looks like he's cramping up a little bit.
That's a Lockport first down.
He's going to have to take a rest, but again, it's Brooks. Throw it up and try to get it done. That time he brought the ball down in front of Ethan Jerkowski. Lockport has to find a substitution for Brooks as Jacob Ball will check in, the junior wearing 16. Let's get a good look at the Lockport line. They run the jet sweep again, but it's snuffed out. And turning it upfield is Haney to get a couple positive yards, but that was played perfectly by number 20 for Lancaster. That was Alex Hedgna, who made sure that Haney couldn't cut that corner. He came out from his defensive end position to block it.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Haney did well to fall forward and get some yards for his offense. It's at the 45-yard line. Kesha looking at a blitz. They do bring the heat. They get it out to Cooper quickly, but a sure tackle. There's the Mitch Hilma, who we mentioned earlier, known for his defense. Made a nice tackle that time on Cooper's. There's 2 defenders, only 1 blocker. And Cooper gets brought down after a gain of 2. Looks like a long 6 for Lockport here on 3rd down. They're going to bring trips here on the near side of the field, which doesn't have a lot of room to work with. Lancaster usually stacks the sticks. This time they bring it out. Nice move by Kasha to get it out. Cooper couldn't reel it in, but even if that connected, I don't think it was going to get the job done, but Kasha, a really nice job escaping the pressure.
Couple final scores, Burgard 28, Tonawanda 6.
Looks like Lockport's going to keep the offense out for this 4th down, as they'll try to convert as they are near midfield. 6 to go here. Press coverage being shown on the bottom of your screen. Kasha has it, looking. He takes a hit, but he connects. Nico Haney has it, puts a shoulder down and drives over a defender and gets brought down at the 23.
Brought down by Marshner.
Good job by Kasha that time to stare the pressure down and deliver a strike to Haney in between some defenders. So big pickup that time for Lockport, down to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, Dom.
Haney's going to be the nearest wide receiver to the line on the right side of your screen. Jones in the backfield still. Kasha is going to hand it off. Jones has a little room. That time he tried bouncing it outside, and that might have been the wrong move. It's no gain. It looked like he might have been able to cut it upfield a little sooner.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
And now Haney squatting. He's going to have to come out. He just had that big catch and that collision that knocked over the defender, but he might be a little worse aware from it. Cooper lining up on the bottom of your screen, just outside the picture. Haney's there as well. They're going to hand it off to Jones, who gets around a linebacker, tries getting around a second, but he's met there by a couple of defenders, and it looks like the gain will be minimal, maybe a couple yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 7 or 8. A good drive so far. This is the type of drive Lockport needed in that first half, a few first downs, while there's some players that catch some wind. Brooks is back after he got some Gatorade and stretches on the sideline, and they're going to go right back to him. They're going into the end zone. Brooks goes up, and he couldn't reel that in. It looked like one of the few times he mistimed his jump, because he might have had it if he got the air we're used to seeing Brooks get. That results in 4th down. Lions going to continue to go for this. It would be just inside Heck's range for a field goal, but 50-50 at best from that distance, so it'll keep the offense out there. Kasha, he's going to throw. Looks off Brooks. Goes back to Haney. It went off his hands, and then Cooper couldn't corral it on the deflection. And an inch away from converting that one to Haney, but it results in a turnover or downs. And Lancaster will take over offensively.
The JV Legends kick off their season. They take on the same Lockport Lions. Come out and support Legends football.
So the turnover and downs. Lancaster comes back out. Gianluca Falcinetti gonna run the offense once again. 5:06 left to go in the 3rd. A 40-point advantage for the Legends on their home field. They fake the handoff, now throw it out wide. Curling that is Jerkowski, and he's got lots of room at the 40, and he's finally shoved out there. And again, it's Doel Morales who makes a big tackle for Lockport to save what would have been a touchdown. Jerkowski had a nice block out there. He just stepped out of bounds on the white. They'll mark him out at the 41. Still 1st and 10. Set up shotgun. And they'll hang on to it, and up the middle, 50, 45, spin move, 40, 35, inside the 31-yard line, and out of bounds goes Falsaniti on the keeper on the option. And we've seen that's his strength, is keeping the ball, tucking it and running. And it's another big game for the Legends offense.
Final score, Dunkirk 58, Eden.
We haven't seen Manziel in the second half. He led his team on numerous scoring drives in that first half. They're going to hand it off to Scotland. Scotland gets around a would-be tackler. Scotland still has it, swings wide inside the 20-yard line, finally brought down at around the 18. Scotland showing a burst of speed there, as it looked like Hillman had him cut off on the corner, but he was able to get outside and pick up a first. As you look at that Legends line, great camera work down low. They've done a lot of good work opening up holes for their running backs here this evening. Falsanini takes the snap, hands it off. It's again a move to the outside, wrapping them up that time. Number 78 is Matt Nutilla. Scotland getting a lot of carries, and now Manziel will come in. So a little bit of a switch of pace that we saw in the first half. Falsanini looks like he might be a little gassed. He had a lot of work to do there, and he's kind of holding the back of his right leg like he might be cramping up a little bit. So Manziel's going to come in, try handing it off. It was a high snap, but they're able to get it off, and that results in a big tackle there by Jeremiah Chambers.
On the stop for Lockport.
So 3rd down and 4. See if Lockport comes up with a stop here and try to force a 4th down decision for the Legends. Manziel back in the game. We know he's got the arm. He's got a couple wideouts on the lower part of your screen. Looks like Lockport's going to play a zone against that. Dewell Morales now comes over to help out. Hand it off to Scotland. He's off tackle in, and down to the 5-yard line goes Scotland as he tumbled over a couple players. And you see one of the linemen, Joe Pistori, lost his helmet, so he has to come off and get another lineman out there. He's replaced by number 66, Matt Fiorelli.
1st and goal from the 5.
Manziel looking to coordinate another score here. This time he doesn't have Wingard next to him. He has Scotland. Scotland does have his touch pay dirt once already. Earlier in this quarter, he's going to get another chance here. He goes up the middle off tackle, and he'll reach the end zone. Another touchdown for Scotland. We'll get another look at it here. You can see they had the fullback lined up right where they're going to run it. This is straight up smash mouth football. They hand it off, and he's able to find a crease. Some good blocking there by number 53, Devin Zarpa, for Lancaster, and it's 6 more points. Now I think they're going to go for 2, but I've been wrong before, and the only reason I say it is Falsanini's on the bench, and he's their normal holder. Manziel's going to try to take over the duties here.
Carl Whiteside in to attempt the extra point.
Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good.
And
So the process works on that one, and 54-7 now in favor of Lancaster. Tough to find some moral victories here if you're a Lions player, coach, or fan, but that's what you're going to have to work on here in the final 13 minutes or so of this game, is trying to find some positives to build on. You're facing some of the toughest competition that you'll face all season long. So you might as well practice against the best and to get yourself better. Let's take a look at next week's schedule for both this Lockport team and Lancaster. Who do they got coming up?
It looks like for Lockport on Friday the 31st, they have, on Thursday, September 6th, it looks like they will be facing Bennett.
So another night game, 7:30 kickoff against Bennett. Looking at Lancaster, they'll have a matchup with Hutch Tech a week from tonight at Hutch Tech as the kickoff is away. Brought in, I believe that's Joel Morales that has it. Nope, it's Jones who they brought up closer. Gets it out to about the 35 or 6.
First and 10 Lockport from their own 36-yard line.
And again, Cassia just took over the starting position late last season due to injury, so it's good to get them some reps here again against a really good squad in Lancaster. Lancaster poised to do some big things this year, and Lockport is at the other end trying to establish and rebuild this program. So getting these reps in is good learning for all the players out there. Cassia is going to hand it off to Jones. Jones has it. Tries to find a crease, does so, breaks the tackle, puts the shoulder down out to the 45, 46-yard line. They'll be close to first down, but that's the type of production on first down Lockport's looking for. If they can keep those down distances in their favor, it'll be work out for them, and it's going to be a 10-yard gain. They'll give them the first.
Ethan Drukowski also in on that stop.
Jones, nice run. Cooper and Brooks working the wide out position right now. They'll hand it off to Snyder right up the middle, quick hitter. And Snyder's able to get some good yards on first down. Hey, again, positive yards on first down to keep the sticks in your favor. And that's what Snyder did, picking up 3 hard-fought yards.
On the stop for the Legends.
Haney, Cooper, and Brooks now out there. Jones in the backfield with Snyder. Cassia has it. He's going to throw. He's got Haney, but he's going to go for Cooper. Overshot him, and that's incomplete. So on 2nd and 7, they come up empty looking downfield. It'll be third down. There's number 68 right prominent in your screen on the offensive line for this Lockport squad. That's Ashlar Kearns, a sophomore, getting some action here at left tackle. Next to him is Joshua Huber wearing 75 that was mentioned earlier. Let's see where they decide to go on third down. They're going to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, a little miscommunication between Cassia and Haney. Haney went towards the middle of the field. Cassia threw it to the outside. And the end result is an incompletion and brings up fourth down. You can see the pressure making Cassia try to get rid of those throws quicker. And that resulted in them unable to hook up. And look at this group formation. It's fourth down, and Lancaster's grouped up over the ball. They might be bringing pressure here. They have one-on-one coverage on the outside. 7 in the box, tight to the line of scrimmage. They bring in an extra linebacker. Cassia goes up the middle. He has to beat a man to get the first down. Does so as he picks up 9 on fourth down and keeps this drive going for the Lions. Cassia saw the pressure coming from the outside. Knew he had one-on-one coverage, which allowed some room in the middle. Good look at the line.
Seneca East 34, Jamestown 12.
Wearing number 66 in there for Lockport is Owen Miller, a junior, playing some right guard right now. Cassia with it. He's swinging out, and it's almost intercepted. Oh, that was read beautifully that time by the Lancaster defense, especially Cam Smith, who almost had himself an easy pick 6.
2nd and 10. Final score, Amherst 35, Penn East 26.
45 seconds left to go in the third.
Lockport
Lockport putting together a nice drive here, getting a good amount of plays in. Still just second down after that batted down pass. Cassia sending up the screen. Can they connect? Jones reels it in. Now he's got some room inside the 35. Swings outside inside the 30 to the 28. The screen passes worked for them tonight. It looked like they may not have gotten that one off, but Jones was able to get the sure hands on there, and it's a first down for the Lions. So first down from the 29 of Lancaster. Another sustained drive here for Lockport. A couple of them ended in turnovers as they try that jet sweep again to Haney, and Haney has room inside the 20, 15, 10, and down at about the 7-yard line is Nico Haney. They've tried that play a few times, and that time it worked as they were able to get that corner. And Haney has a big run, but right now he's down on the sideline, and you hope it's just a cramp as he's got his left leg, and you see right there Nico laying down. The senior at 6'1". Yeah, that's definitely a cramp once you start seeing them bend the toes like that. You gotta stretch it out. We've seen a couple players come up. It's a nice evening, but it's a little humid and warm out there, especially with all that equipment out there. And these players have played a lot of football, and we're still in the third quarter. You can see everyone getting some liquid. Mentioned number 74 there, Devon Toland. Just a monster on both the offensive and defensive lines for the Lions squad. As they talk over this next play, which will be a first down inside the red zone for the Lions. They marked him out. They marked Haney out at the 6. So it'll be first and goal now for Lockport. A chance to try to put up some points. As Haney trying to get some Gatorade in. Slowly backpedaling to his bench. Getting some fluids as he stretch it out. Looks like he's going to be okay. And see what Lockport decides to do as they come out of the injury timeout. If they try to use Jones, or if they try to use the air to put this in. We've seen Brooks go up and get some nice catches. A fade route to Brooks. Jump ball might not be a bad idea here. So they'll come out with a couple different running backs to the Lions. And behind Cash's number 21, St. Humphrey, who we saw earlier. They're going to pitch it out to Humphrey. Humphrey's going to throw out, and he's got Brooks wide open, touchdown. So a little trickery from the Lions is going to get them an additional 6 points here. And their first score since the first play from scrimmage in this contest has Lockport in the end zone. There's the pitch out. Humphrey, you see Brooks fakes like he's going to block, but then goes into the end zone, and he has his second touchdown of the evening. Well-designed play that time by the Lions, and we'll send the field goal unit out there to try to put this one through.
Anthony Hack on to attempt the extra point for Lockport.
Hack awaiting the good snap. Good. He missed it, though. They're going to try to run for it, and he's in. So we've seen a couple bad snaps result in positive results for each team. And Humphrey, who just threw the touchdown, runs it in for a 2-point conversion. And it's 54-15. So something we talked about, getting something positive to build on after it went to 54-7. And Lockport got the drive they've been looking for all night. Some big first downs, a fourth down conversion, a big jet sweep end around, and it all equates in 8 points for the Lions.
Folks, next Thursday, September 6th, which by the way is the first day of classes for Lancaster students, we have a football doubleheader here at Coyle Plain Field.
So the Lions will look to kick off. 21 seconds left to go in this third after putting up 8. Feel good score for the Lions, and they'll see if that can carry over to the defensive side of the ball. To open the half, the Lions did kick it deep down the middle of the field. It was a good kick by Hack, but it was returned all the way for a touchdown, 91 yards by Sean Davis. So we'll see what Lockport decides to do with this kickoff. different return backfield for Lancaster as they continue to mix in some different players. So Davis not deep right now.
Back team to receive the kickoff is Nick McCanty for Lancaster. Pat to kick off for Lockport.
See if Lockport decides to do something different with this kickoff. Lancaster has 7 players within 20 yards of the kickoff spot. If Lockport had any ideas of trying to kick it short. And they'll try a squib kick. Takes a funny bounce. Long loose ball is finally corralled at the 25. Cut up field, and a collision there will put down Coxford on the return. He gets out to his 37. That's what you're looking for on that type of low kick, is an interesting bounce, and they're waving in someone for Coxford, and you can tell he's hurting.
An injury timeout.
Oh, never good when you see him reaching like that. Coxford made a nice play for his team to get to that loose ball and end any threat of a turnover, and then turned it upfield for some positive yards. And you see the left leg is where the attention is being received. Looks like the left ankle. You hope maybe it's a cramp, but looking at maybe the back of the heel, tough to speculate. Couple of injuries in a row. We had Nico Haney, that was definitely him cramping up, but now on the field is Ethan Coxford. He's a junior, stands at 5'8", 157. Good to see him sitting up. Get that helmet off of him. He's describing to the trainer what exactly happened on that return. We saw a big group up there. He went head on with 3 Lions as you get a look at the Lions bench as they wait for hopefully a all clear for Coxford. In your screen though, introducing you some of these 2018 Lions. Number 35 is Jonathan Peretti. We mentioned him earlier on. Number 25, Justice Smith, also junior, coming out onto the field. And number 79, Luke Hillman, will also be playing some defense on this possession. As you heard the crowd, a nice round of applause as Coxford is up on his feet, but unable to put any legs out there. Now, I apologize for laughing, but we had pointed out that the tallest player out there is Greg Marks, 6'5", senior, and he went to help his teammate, and it's like, I can't reach you, man. It was too tall for Coxford to get up to, but nice round of applause for Coxford and his effort. It's tough to see him not be able to put any pressure on that left leg as he comes off the field, and he'll receive some attention on the sidelines. So the offense will come back out for Lancaster. Manziel back on the bench. Bolsini running the offense. Sets up in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Scotland again. Scotland trying to go off tackle. That time he's met by a host of Lions, but the first one there making a nice play again. We mentioned him a few times as Matt Natilla.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score. Lancaster.
The end of the third, as it runs out after a 3-yard gain by Scotland, is where the third quarter ends. It started off in the worst way for Lockport, a kickoff return for a touchdown, 91 yards, and then a couple more touchdowns for Scotland before Lockport answered with a touchdown of their own on a trick play. It was Humphrey with the toss to Malik Brooks for the touchdown. as the Lancaster cheerleaders entertaining the fans on hand, and again mentioning the great crowd that Lockport had on hand here, filling up the away bleachers for this opening week. A lot of Lions fans making the drive down here to Lancaster to observe this one, and of course Lancaster, their fans showing up in full force as well for this opening weekend of football. September 1st tomorrow, it's go time. You see the Lions enjoying the music selection as well. Get down, Xavier. There we go. 1st and 10 from the 40, or excuse me, 2nd and 8 from the 40 as we get the fourth quarter underway. A high snap. They're able to get it into the gut of Scotland, who gets around the corner. It was Humphrey who got caught inside, and that allows Scotland to get some good yardage down to the 46-yard line of Lockport.
That's a Legends first down.
They get that edge with Scotland, and he was able to rumble forward for some yards. Scotland's going to take a breather. Gardner, who's their goal line specialist, tough runner, is going to check back into the game. 4 wide receivers set again. High snap. Gardner has it. Stiff arm around one, a nice stop and go around another, and finally he's brought down and falls forward though. Ends up with 7-8 yards. Now, every play for this Lancaster squad, just tough yards going forward.
7-yard gain, and 3.
So you see Lancaster every time before every play, they get the call from the sidelines. Make sure everyone's set and ready to go. Crane up playing fullback. They hand it off to Gardner again. He shakes off a would-be tackler and is able to get some good yards. 4 yards for a first down. And Joel Morales, another tackle. He's filled up the stat sheet with tackles. He's been everywhere, and he's a sure tackler for this Lions defense.
That's a Lancaster first down.
You see again, waiting for the calls to come in from the sideline. The lineman runs out onto the field. It was Derek Bauer who had to check back in. Lancaster sets up again with the 4 wideouts and 1 setback. It's Gardner still in the game after picking up the first down. Gardner drops it. It's a loose ball. Lockport looks like they got it. A little bit of a mishandle, and Lockport gets their first turnover of the game. And we'll get another look at it. And it was Hillman who was Johnny on the spot that time. As the exchange didn't go well, Gardner never got that. And there was Hillman to jump on it. So a chance for Lockport to see if they can put a couple of drives together here as their defense comes away with a takeaway. They'll start from their own 38-yard line as Kasha comes back out with the starting offense. Haney back in.
First and 10 Lockport from their own 38-yard line.
Kasha with Jones behind him. Haney comes in motion. Set up there. We'll hand it off to Jones. Good lean forward. Uses one of his linemen and gets some good yards on first down. 8 yards. And that was some good blocking up front as the Lions offensive line had a nice push up there. So that'll bring up 2nd and short, about 2 for the Lions squad as they huddle up with just under 10 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Nick Kasha, the quarterback for this Lions squad in 2018, junior, wearing number 11. Has the snap, he's going to throw. He's going to go deep with it. He's got Cooper. Cooper reels it in over the shoulder, and he will go into the end zone. Joshua Cooper gets 6 more for the Lions.
Is complete to Cooper.
Wow, here, get a look at this one. Watch the speed of Cooper up top on the top of your screen. Blows by the defender, and great catch. He had to look over the shoulder, use that full arm span, and he makes his way into the end zone. And Lockport has scored touchdowns on back-to-back drives here in the second half. Hack will line up for an extra point. Last time it was dropped by Humphrey, but he made up for it by running it into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Lockport's shorter player on the field goal unit. Now they'll get the correct 11 out there. Oh, still not sure of the formation. They're short another player. They start the clock up. Hack is there. Humphrey to hold. Snap is perfect. Humphrey's hold is good, and Hack is good with this kick. And it's 7 points for Lockport. 54-22 now in favor of Lancaster. So, hey, you might not be able to win the game, but 54-7 to 54-22 has to have you feeling a little bit better.
6-5.
The defense will come back out and look for another stop. This guy, give the Lions credit. We know the Legends have some of their backup players in, but the Lion squad has not stopped playing. They've given out all effort for new coach Trey Smith through this third and fourth quarter. Let's see if Lockport tries another squib, trying to get that loose ball again. They're still tending to Coxford on the near bench, but the trainer isn't with them. But he will not be re-entering tonight's game. Also, no update on Shavers. Haven't been able to see him out there for the Lions. Hack to tee things up with 9:24 left to go in the fourth. Now 54-22 favor of the Legends.
Nick McCanny back deep to receive for the Legends.
Let's see what Lockport comes up with on this kickoff. Hack approaching. Squib it. It's off the legs. It's a loose ball. And a good play there by number 56, Connor Mahoney, to recover that one. Couple of anxious moments for him as that squirted through his legs, but got down and was able to recover. Pretty good onside attempt, though, that time by Hack to try to get his offense possession back. So Scotland checks back in at running back for Lancaster. Falsiniti still at quarterback. We don't think we'll see Mansell the rest of this game. Handoff to Scotland. In the backfield in a hurry is number 70, Brian Hillman. Hillman, who had the fumble recovery, makes a big tackle that time.
Loss of 32nd and 13.
We'll bring that play down for a loss. Lancaster not going to be able to run a play. He's got a stoppage. I think a timeout taken by the Lions. That's indeed the scenario. As this Lockport defense and Lions squad probably feeling a little bit better right now. They had a turnover 2 plays ago on defense, a tackle for loss on the last one, and in between a touchdown for their offense. And they want to discuss what they want to do on this next possession. To see the respective teams' huddles. Lancaster with this one in hand with 8:53 left to go in the fourth. The lead at 32. Putting up some big points in front of the hometown crowd. After that timeout, Lockport lines up. Looks like they're going to put Luke Hillman right on the nose tackle here. as they have a 3-man front line. Now they'll have 4. Out there also is Jonathan DeMarks wearing 45. Here we go, 2nd and 13 off the timeout. It's a fake handoff, and it's a big run again. And finally getting down to the ground is Falsonetti, and he's just short by a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 2. And not surprising they went back to Falsonetti. He's had good success all game long, and he did it again there.
3rd and 2.
Falsonetti, you see him walking with a little bit of a limp. Kind of had that on the one drive that was down low where Manziel had to come in, but he's going to stay out there for this 3rd down. Lockport looking to come up with the stop and force a 4th down decision. Scotland's going to change sides as he goes to the right of his quarterback. High snap. They get the handoff, though. Looked like a hold on the outside, and there goes the flag. Nice tackle made that time by Justice Smith. He got the 1st down, but as I mentioned, I think there was a hold on the tackle. And that's going to bring it back 10 yards. But we'll wait for the official call before I get too assumptive with it. There it is. It is a holding against Lancaster. We'll see where the foul occurred, but it's going to move him back 10 yards. So they're going to see the foul occurred about 3 yards upfield, so it'll end up in 3rd and 7 for this Legends squad.
3rd and 7.
A couple late substitutions for Lancaster is going to result in them huddling up, something that we've maybe seen once all night. They bring in Gardner. He's going to play some running back. Here we go. Wilson is going to look to throw. They bring the blitz to the Lions. There's an open player, but a picture perfect form tackle by Cooper keeps it short, as reeling that one in was Austin Venditti. And it results in 4th and 3. And I'm sure Lancaster will go for this one, as they do not like the punt. 4th and 4, short yardage. We'll line up to go with it. Gardner, very good running back. They might utilize him. Lockport brought the pressure on 3rd down. It's another high snap. There's a flag. Lockport stuffs the play, but you have to worry about that flag that went in the air. You hope they were onside. If you're a Lockport fan, if you're a Lancaster fan, you're thinking they might have got in a little too quick on that play. Nope, it is against the offense, a illegal formation. The play will stand. The penalty is declined, and Lockport's defense has another hold and a turnover on downs, and good field position again for the offense.
6:48 to play.
So Kasha and team will get another shot at the end zone. They found pay dirt on the last 2 drives. See if they're able to match it again. As they huddle on the sideline, so they'll probably break right into formation. Checking into the game, number 84 is Shakir Hardy. Hardy, 5'11", speedster for this squad. Cash is going to pitch it to Humphrey. Humphrey takes it off his shoulder, trying to get outside. He spins away and finally gets knocked out of bounds, and that looks like a loss of 7.
Shane Schaefer.
It's a tough one for Humphrey. You might have tried to go upfield and minimize the loss, but nevertheless, it's 5 yards in the wrong direction, 6 yards in the wrong direction for the Lions offense on that 1st down. And that's the difference. We saw some positive yards on 1st down in those last couple drives, but one of those negative plays come up as some new players cycle in, as Cooper, Haney, and Malik Brooks are on the bench for this drive. They'll hand it off to Snyder. And Snyder goes right up the middle, and he gets the loss back. So it'll be 3rd and 10.
Matt Crest on the tackle.
See Crest there on your screen, who made that stop for the Legends. And Snyder wearing 44. We had a tough run there. See what the Lions do. They probably have 2 cracks at getting this 10 yards. See if they go try to pick it all up on 3rd down. Kasha getting the call. Martin Krina also out there for the Lions. And they're going to pitch it Humphrey. Humphrey's got some room. He finally gets wrapped up there, but not before he gets about 7 yards, so they'll make it a more manageable 4th down. Some good blocking that time by the Lions. Offensive line gave Humphrey some room to get some speed going. Lancaster is going to switch up 4 players. I think the entire defensive line just switched out as they're expecting, I believe, run here, but they bring out a whole new defensive front for this 4th down play. It's at the Lancaster 45-yard line with 4:42 left to go in the 4th. Kasha is going to fake the handoff, roll. Kasha might tuck it. Now tries fitting it in there, and Snyder took a big hit. He was able to reel it in as it was behind him. So they tried moving the pocket, but the Lancaster defense was ready for that one. And the turnover and downs is met by another one as Lancaster holds strong. (54-22), Lancaster comfortably in front as they come back out on offense at their own 45. Setting up shop. Now Pastore is going to check into the game for the Legends and take his position at center. They weren't going anywhere without him. Play ready, roll. Snap back, handoff, right up the gut. It's Gardner, and Gardner, powerful, finally gets brought down. There's another tackle by Hillman. He was in on that play. But it's a 9-yard gain for Gardner. 2nd and 1 for Lancaster. Look at one thing you'll notice about this in Lancaster team, they all have those plays on the wrist guards. The line has a little bit of an abbreviated one, but the wide receivers and quarterback and running back all have the plays listed so they know what's being called without having to group up. We'll hand off to Gardner. No, it's a fake. Paulson runs into Pride of Lions there, but he fell forward and it looks like he's going to get that yard needed for the 1st down. And he did exactly that. 1st and 10 for Lancaster.
It's a Lancaster 1st down.
Lockport making some substitutions on the defensive front. As Falsonidi gets the play, letting the play clock run a bit. Approaching 3 minutes left to go in the 4th, and his team up by 32. Yep, using all that play clock now. High snap. Scotland gets met in the backfield and thrown for a loss by DeMartz as he blew by his would-be blocker and threw that play down for a loss of 4. But it's Lancaster. The story here looks like they didn't miss a beat from their last year's squad that went to the state championship to this year's squad who came out with a terrific effort, especially after Lockport had threw that haymaker. The first play resulted in a touchdown as we have a flag after the play. I see Lockport players clapping, so probably coming back, or Lockport might choose to keep the play and make it 3rd and long. Waiting the official call. So you see they're asking Lockport what they would like to do with it. If they want to make it 3rd and approximately 12. Not knowing what the infraction is, if it's going to be 5 or 10 yards.
Illegal use of hands penalty against Lancaster.
Lockport will indeed decline and take 3rd and 12, rather than make it 2nd and about, would have been 24. So Lockport trying to get the ball back for the offense, maybe for one more drive. But right now, both teams content to bleed this clock out as we approach the 2-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Again, Lockport in action again next week, Thursday, against Bennett, a 7:30 start. They'll hand it off to Scotland. Scotland goes off tackle and picks up about 5 to bring up 4th down and 8. 1:40 and counting now.
5-yard gain, 4th and 8.
Lancaster will keep the offense out there here.
Lancaster Athletics would like to welcome back
try to
Legends Ryan Mansell and Jacob Mahalski.
They'll try to get this 1st down and put this one in the books. Venditti has been a lead blocker, number 32 for Lancaster all night. Snap taken. Scotland's got a little room off tackle. Gets stood up though at the 41. Very nice tackle made that time by Justice Smith. And that'll result in Lockport getting one last possession here with 58 seconds left to go in the 4th. Probably see a couple handoffs here from the Lions offense. They were able to put the last 15 points up on the board were the Lions. As at one point this was 54-7, but the defense came up with a turnover and downs, and the offense was able to convert that into touchdowns. So something to build off of for next week as they head into Bennett. Again, a lot of road games for Lockport as they get their new home field installed. Finishing touches are being made, and they'll christen that with the game on Saturday, October 6th against Williamsville North. Will be the first game. That'll be a 2 p.m. start as the pitch goes out wide, and that will be a 2-yard gain.
Austin Vendetti on the stop on carry.
And this will be your final play unless Lockport decides to put in the air or they break it for a touchdown. Well, if Snyder is the lone setback, might see him get this right up the middle. That's exactly what the play is. Snyder puts the head up, down. It's 5 solid yards. That's what Snyder's forte is. Good hard yards up the middle of the field. They'll bring up a 3rd and short, but they're not going to play this one. That's going to be it. A convincing victory, to say the least, for Lancaster. 54-22 is your final. A tough opponent for Lockport to open up against, but they hung in there. They played tough. In the end, it was the Lancaster Legends that put together an effort that was quite dominating and convincing. They'll probably be at the top of the standings most of the season. Lockport, on the other hand, under Trey Smith, rebuilding. Some positives to take into next week's game. We'll see you then. For Royce, I'm Frank Hill. Thank you for tuning in. Take a look at the credits. A lot of people taking out time to bring you all the action that you've seen here tonight. Thank you again from LCTV. Have a great one.
Lancaster Athletics, thank you for attending tonight.